Eric Harley here from the Midnight Trucking Radio Network. Joining me right now is Les Stinson from Clean Energy. Les, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Great to see you. Let's talk about what you guys at Clean Energy do. Who are you?
Well, we are a natural gas fueling company, so
Yeah.
we build, operate, maintain natural gas fueling stations.
Yeah, it's interesting as we sit here at this show in Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the first times I saw and actually rode in a natural gas vehicle was a taxi here in Vegas.
Isn't that great?
Had the conversation with the taxi driver, and he was talking about it. Of course, he was running compressed natural gas, the
Right.
CNG. It's in taxis. It's in government vehicles. I know it's in a lot of the mail vehicles. The U.S. Post Office
Sure.
uses that. Airport transportation. They've
Yep.
been using it. So obviously they're seeing the benefits there.
Right. Lots of benefits to natural gas as
Yeah.
a fuel. It's cleaner, it's cheaper, it's domestic. You know, we get all that fuel right here in our own country.
Right, and there's a lot of exploration and drilling for it. So it's in, as you mentioned, a clean energy, and we're hearing a lot out of the state where your company is based, California. It's really the epicenter, as you mentioned off air, of the whole LNG, which is liquefied natural gas movement for the transportation industry. Of course, refuse hauling, public transit, and regional trucking. And tell us how that's working in California.
It's really exciting in Southern California. The movement, especially, it started at the ports.
Yeah.
And the Port of LA and Long Beach has been instrumental in that, where they have, because there's so much pollution around the port complex,
Right.
and the trucks are a big part of that.
Yeah, and they were using a lot of those. That port fleet was really aged.
Right. It's
Yeah.
a very, very old fleet, so they're converting, they're scrapping those old
Right.
vehicles, and they're buying new natural gas trucks.
Right.
And so we as Clean Energy have partnered with the ports, and we have built an LNG truck stop facility in the port, and it's doing very well.
Yeah.
Lots of trucks are fueling, and it's just making a great impact on that area.
I've been watching this from both a professional standpoint and also from a personal standpoint because it builds curiosity very quickly when you see this, because as you mentioned, it's something we can get domestically. It's something we can use. The demand, the real demand, is growing. So obviously you guys are looking to expand throughout the United States. Tell us about that expansion.
Well, the expansion is, and again, it starts with the ports, but then we're looking at it regionally.
Yeah.
Because it's a great fleet fuel for return-to-base type of fleets, regional fleets.
Right.
And so we're building that infrastructure throughout, starting in Southern California, Oakland, going up and building the Western Corridor.
Right.
In Texas, building that corridor out around the Houston port.
Sure.
And then going across the country. So again, we're talking about LNG trucks. And the exciting thing is we have a lot of manufacturers now of these LNG trucks. We've got Kenworth, Freightliner, Peterbilt, all making natural gas trucks.
Yeah, in fact, I was just reading about that. We were just talking about it on the air just the other night about how the OEMs are really getting into this, and then because they see this demand and they're working a little bit ahead of that demand that's coming. And what's interesting that we've seen, Les, is that the over-the-road driver obviously is still out there, but we're seeing a lot more of these regional fleets, and a lot more of the fleets that still do over-the-road and long distance are now moving, have a lot more regional sectors under their name brands.
Right.
So regional fleets are growing, and I think it's going to be the future of trucking. Obviously, you guys know a little bit about that.
Yeah, we do, and we fit in very well with that regional fleet. I mean, look, as natural gas itself, because it's a less expensive fuel today, it's about $2.26 a gallon.
Wow.
You know, and that's a diesel gallon equivalent.
Yeah.
So apples to apples comparison, that's just a huge savings.
That's amazing. We're looking at a $1.60, $1.65 difference depending on where you are.
Right.
Out on the West Coast, even more, and in some parts of the country, and they're expecting that diesel, along with unleaded, will continue to rise as demand rises through the warmer months.
Exactly, and we have so much natural gas in this country. The projections are that diesel is going to continue to rise, and natural gas is going to stay pretty steady.
Yeah. What are you hearing back from the fleets that are using natural gas? What kind of feedback do you get?
Well, just kind of a funny note, a lot of these drivers love natural gas because they don't smell like diesel at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
It's a clean fuel.
Right.
It's the same experience you'll have The fueling itself is a little bit different.
Right.
It is a little bit different fuel, but the trucks drive the same. They get the same torque, horsepower.
Yeah.
Mileage is the same.
Wow, and that's a really great point. Is that a lot of drivers? The first thing that they're going to want to know is, all right, am I going to get the performance out of that truck?
Right.
And of course the fleets and drivers alike are going to wonder about that efficiency. But you're telling us it's there.
It's there
in both cases.
Yep.
That's amazing. And the clean burn, I have to imagine that the clean burn is a good thing here. I can't see a downside.
No, there's no downside. And to us, that's just, there's so many upsides. It's the fact that it's as clean as it is just another benefit.
Yeah. What is it that that the industry can do from an end user perspective to start to drive this demand? Obviously, there are some fleets out there that are already using natural gas, but what can the industry do as a whole to kind of boost this? Because if we see these kinds of savings, Les, then this is a terrific investment. This is going to be great, and it's going to drive again more of this natural gas production here in the States, which is a win-win-win situation.
Right. Well, a lot of that is just incumbent upon us as the fuel providers and the OEMs to get the word out. A lot of folks just don't know.
Right.
This is the first they've ever heard. I've talked with a number of people at this show that, wow, they never heard about this natural gas thing.
Yeah.
So
what are some of the regions you mentioned? Of course, California, Texas. What is it that fleets and drivers can look for in this area, in these areas, in these regions? Are they going to look for the expansion of the availability of natural gas, pretty much?
Yeah, we're building the network regionally, as I had mentioned. We're building all along the 15 corridor, the 10 corridor, up and down the state, going up towards the San Francisco, the Oakland port. We're very aggressive this year in our expansion plans.
Yeah, and of course we'll be looking for the truck stops and travel plazas to be a part of that building of this and expansion of this infrastructure going forward.
Right, and that's why I'm here. I'm partnering with truck stop owners to build this infrastructure.
Yeah, I have to believe that the first question is, okay, we don't know about demand. We don't know as much about natural gas as we do about diesel. So what is it that you tell these folks who are in charge of this distribution about how easy it is to build this infrastructure, how and how cost effective it is? What are some of those points that you discuss with them?
Well, it's interesting. I have some stats, and we're a company founded by T. Boone Pickens.
Yeah.
And his thrust has really been on if we could convert these trucks.
Right.
I mean, that's just such a big thing. And his thing is if we can look at, I think, 400,000 natural gas trucks is his target.
Right.
If we did that, that would only add 3.5% of additional consumption of natural gas. And what that would do is that would eliminate 6 billion gallons of diesel.
Wow.
And, we're buying a lot of diesel or oil from people that don't like us very much.
Yeah.
So that's his big thrust is 400,000 trucks. And really the impact that has upon our consumption of natural gas is very, very small.
Right. It'll be interesting to watch this. Certainly from the OEM perspective, we're seeing it happen. And it'll be interesting to watch this as the infrastructure grows here in North America. And I'm hoping that we can see that natural demand. Les, thank you so much. We appreciate your time from Clean Energy. If they want to learn more, where can they go?
Well, you can certainly go to our website, www.cleanenergyfuels.com.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of information there. Feel free to contact us there, and we'll be happy to get information out to you.
All right. Les, once again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.